Hello everyone, Switched On here. I decided to do a theory video about Spike. Since we all know that Spike is a dragon, and that magic itself within Equestria has, I don't know if it has any limits of what it can do. Like transformation spells like what they use between Starlight and Twilight class in Magic. But what about transformation spells on other creatures? What if that they could use magic on another creature? Let's say a dog transform to a cat, or for another case, Spike into a pony. Is that possible that Spike can be transformed into a pony by magic? Well, I have to say, at least it is the possibility that Spike can be transformed into a pony. But you all have to think about how long would the spell last. Would it be permanent or only last for a limited time? I would have to say more than limited time. It's because I think that particular spell would require a lot of magic to really last for a long period of time. If there was like, but if there was Discord, I think he could probably transform Spike into a pony for perhaps either if he as a permanent or for how long he wants to be a pony. But if there was a pony magic transforming Spike into a pony, then I think it might be some type of limitation of time. But if there were just regular unicorn magic using the transform Spike, then I think it might be some sort of short time limit. But if there's alicorn magic, then I have to say a bit also limit, but it's very likely it used to be a little longer. Let's say that average lifetime limit between a unicorn and alicorn magic on transforming Spike into a pony. If an alicorn unicorn magic has an average of how this lasts, let's say it will last between 4 to 6 hours at most, and an alicorn who is more powerful than a regular unicorn has this power last as, let's say, from since 5 to 6 hours for a unicorn, but since an alicorn is more stronger in magic from compared to unicorn. So what if an alicorn's magic time limit lasts from, let's say, 12 to 24, maybe 10 to 12 hours as most. But if there are two alicorns, perhaps it lasts for like 24 hours, but I don't know. But it kind of might be a stretch of that part. But since we know that unicorn are, it's not strong enough as you and alicorn are. But just to make sure, let's just say for an average that if if a unicorn transforms Spike into a pony, the effect of it most probably last for 5 to 6 hours at average. But if an alicorn like Twilight or Celestia transforms Spike into a pony, since perhaps then from 10 to 12 hours in most. I know that many fans think, okay, this is just one stupid reason to switch Diablo. Why would any pony transform Spike from a dragon to a pony, even if there was a limit of time? Well, let's say this. Since we all know that Spike was hatched by Twilight when she was just a filly, and that he has been literally been raised by ponies. He acts like a pony. He has true friends. He has been living among ponies all his life so far. He acts like a pony. He talks like a pony. So why wouldn't he have the opportunity to be as a pony? Like we all know that he's a dragon. But if he had the opportunity to be a pony, even if it was for a limited time, would he take the opportunity? I think so. Because He had always passed deep down in his mind, curiously, how would it feel like to be a pony since he has always been a dragon. Since we all know the effect of the mirror in the Equestria series that he is transformed into a dog. And since the mirror is made by at least pony magic, so that is probably the same thing, but the mirror has a different limit. That since if Spike remained in the human world, he will remain as a dog as forever. Well, as long he stayed in the human world, he would remain as a dog as long he stayed there. But if he returns back to dragon. So that part of mirror magic has unlimited time of or at least something different effect. But if a pony transforms into upon itself in the Equestria, I think it has a limit of time and that he would take the opportunity to be transformed to a pony. But you have to might think that this might be a stretch of the theory. But since he has been raised by ponies, acts like a pony, and since since he's in love with Rarity, for since season 1, I think he wouldn't take the opportunity to be as a pony to see how it is to be like a one. Even if that has the very limit of time how long the span will last and returns back to back to dragon again. But I had Lisa to say Spike would have taken an opportunity to be transformed into a pony, even he has an opportunity to be so, even if there's used for a limit of time. Any pony probably say if it is like when Skystorm, she is actually born as a hippogriff, but since they had the ability by this pearl transform into sea ponies and they can be transformed back when it wants. So that is almost like the same part there. Exactly from just a different type of magic, type of creature, but the principle is the same there. So I have to say, Spike would have taken the opportunity to be transformed into a pony if he could be. I mean, we have seen transformation spells in the show itself. So can Spike be transformed into a pony by magic? I have to say yes, he can be transformed. And other question is then, would he take the opportunity? I would say yes. He would absolutely take the chance to be a pony, even if there was a limit of time how long the spell would last. But I would have to say he would have taken the opportunity. Well, everyone, that was all I wanted to say in this particular video about Spike, if he could be transformed into a pony by magic. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this is Strange Diablo, over and out.